All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it second down.
The point scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. 11.
To throw on second down is Luck. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Brady and the Patriots now first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
That is right. Wait, 20! 20!
So after the INT, it's Brady. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a first and 10. Throwing is Luck. And his first look is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On second and 10, Luck. Dancing to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up. Want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
This is Hines. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Here's Luck now on second down. Finding room to the 20. Caught left side by Hilton. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press it so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on third and goal? Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Andrew Luck are going to take a first quarter lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run with a rookie. This is Sony Michel. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
The New England Patriots remain consistent on offense with a stable of running backs. They added Sony Michel, the 31st pick of the draft in 2018, to that stable at the University of Georgia, mainly for his ability to run inside the tackles and add a little thump to their game.
Brady to throw on second down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Danico Autry coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
At the guest service booths located on the 100 and 300 levels.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Fighting down past the 45. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Throwing again. Brady. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Justin Houston. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got his man in the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. This is White on the screen. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Now Brady. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight right. Blue 20. Green 80. Green 10. Go.
To throw again. Brady. That's complete right around the 8. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
White 20! White 20! Out, go!
Brady now on first down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Brady, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
On first and 10, here's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady going deep here for Edelman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Brady, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gain of 31 on third down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Brady now on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady going to throw, and his throw here's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And another timeout taken by the Colts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
20!
Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Throwing now is Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot, able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Luck. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Campbell. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
11.
The final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Brady throwing on second down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Out of the gun, Luck. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now it's Hines. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 11. On 1st down, it's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Run, 622.
Now a play fake, and it's Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Luck now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
4 down, check. 11Z. Check, Mike 21, check, Mike 21.
From the 50, it's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Looking deep for Hilton. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Gun. 11.
Back to the air. Luck on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Let it roll. Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 out.
They'll fake it. Now Love. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that
they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead.
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
12.
Back now in Foxborough. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Hurry. 11 feet. 11.
On 1st and 10, Love. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Luck. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Tempo. Right, 622.
A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Luck. Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10, Luck again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Brady to Michelle on the dump off. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Brady to throw, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
Brady now on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, it's Love. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Here's Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Luck. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Back to throw, Love. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Luck throwing again. Over the middle, complete. That's Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Throwing on third down, Luck. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
First down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight end. 12. Gun.
Now a first down throw. Luck forced out to his left. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Now Mack. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Now it's Luck. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
Second and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there. And now and he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
On second down, Michelle. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
New England on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Brady to throw. Goes underneath here to White. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out,
not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
so for the Pats, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Money back. Money back.